Daisy. Oopsie daisy. I've got my hair can fit in a ponytail now. Like a full on ponytail.
That's a big victory.
I know, I'm like, yay, finally.
I was gonna say small victories, but no, that's a big victory.
And today, oh shit.
Okay.
Let me scoop my ass up. And today we were getting stuff from for Diana before we got here. I was like, I like your dreads to her driver, and he was like, I like yours too. And I was like, yeah, I'm a part of I have locks. Woo! I'm part of the club.
That's cute. I like that. I love that for you.
I don't know what you're thinking.
You don't like that for her?
No. She does it like that's like a fun and whatever, Okay, anyway. Welcome back everyone to Open Water.
I'm so tired. That's why I was gonna open my hands, and then I'm like, I'm tired. Oh, I'd rather not.
Yeah.
I'm here for you.
Yeah, thanks.
And I did the...
Yeah, way to have a spirit. I mean, I'm high. I know you're high too.
I'm high. Maybe that's why I'm tired. I don't know.
Well, get some energy. Because the people love you. All right? And they want to hear from you. They want to hear your voice and what you have to say.
Yeah, not so much us, but everybody loves you, but it's cool.
Yeah, it's whatever.
Somebody out there likes us.
Yeah, someone out there loves us. Okay, so whatever. I'm joking.
You just gotta look under a rock.
I'm gonna slap her one day, most likely. Slap you right in the fucking gullet.
You don't cry at me first. I'm just kidding. I chose violence today.
You really did.
Hey, at least I didn't say what I was gonna say. Maybe I will.
Whatever. Be a bitch. Go ahead. Show your true colors. Show everyone that you're a bitch.
True colors. I actually don't even know how that song goes.
That's why I love you.
Yeah, something like that. Something like that, yes. 100%.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I'm just here to enjoy the ride.
Always. On the ride.
I'm here for a good time, not a long time.
Exactly. Yes, you are. You're here for a long time and a good time. So,
sorry for saying that.
Yeah.
No, I'm here for a good time, not a long time. I'm just trying to be here to have a good time, fuck shit up, and then
but you're gonna live until okay.
I'm not talking about dying.
That's what I'm here for a good time, not a long time. Are you talking about just
no? When
tonight?
People say I'm here for a good time, not a long time, usually it precedes a bad decision.
Yeah.
Or some crazy party shit or something like that. I'm too old for that shit though. No, but I'm literally just here for a good time,
Yeah, I'm here for
and
a
if
good
it's
time.
not a good time, then I'm not there. So then I'm not there for a long time. I'm never there for a long time. I like being home.
Ever since this pandemic has been great for some people, but also bad as well. But some I can just can't go. Pandemic. It's yep. That's the excuse. People are still using it. Oh, there's still a deadly virus out there.
I mean, there still is, though. Well, according to the mayor, DC is going to open up on the 20th or the 21st, something like that.
Yeah,
it's something full capacity, no social distancing. We still have to wear a mask.
Oh,
I'm still wearing my mask. Well, from what I was told, we still have to wear a mask. So
yeah,
that's fine. I don't really care. I'm just still going to tell people to 6 feet. Stay away from me.
It's crazy that we're really open. I mean, I get all sides of
is it really crazy? Because other countries have been wide the fuck open. We are not.
I mean, those countries have actually dealt with coronavirus and got it under
you're
hand.
Absolutely right.
So they should be wide the fuck open.
We have not dealt with it at all.
But I was listening to this one podcast last night as I was falling asleep, and he's from Atlanta, the guy who was on there, and he was Atlanta's been wide the fuck open. He was like, I don't know anyone who's had COVID that he said he knows of like 3 people who died, but they weren't the ones out partying.
Mm-hmm.
So he was like, I know a lot of motherfuckers who have just been living their best life and they are perfectly fine. And
that's the thing, though. They could just be carriers.
Yeah.
A lot of people are just carriers. And it was like, I didn't get sick. Yeah, well, you're just help spreading it. That's all the issue is. It's literally to stop spreading it. Because, like, the purpose of... I was reading about vaccines, like the history of vaccines. And smallpox is, like, the first human recorded history of a vaccine, like, pre-actual vaccines as we know it today.
Sorry.
Like, China and Africa, I think, have been doing it the longest. Inoculating, like basically with parts of the virus that was dead. They used to take like the scabs and ground them up and like have people snort them up their noses, and then they would develop mild symptoms. And then but the whole purpose is to slow it down, and then maybe you can eradicate it. But like, I don't know if you'd be able to do that with coronavirus because it's just like a flu virus. That's literally until it evolves into the next thing.
And then that's what one person was saying, like, he was kind of agreeing and also, like, adding on by saying, you know, if the people who are the most at risk get the vaccine, then the ones who are carrying it, aren't you supposed to be able to fight it better now if you do even contract it? Like the vaccine's supposed to be able to help you combat coronavirus, because even if you're vaccinated, you can still get coronavirus, but it just won't be the coronavirus that is deadly. Just like how the flu is, like, even if you get the flu shot, you can still get the flu. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, you can still get the flu. It just really is about taking care of itself. Like, your body just stronger to fight it off. Like, that's just like the main
I never
point.
got the flu shot. But the whole purpose with we gotten vaccines though. Polio, like you don't see polio for real anymore.
Yeah.
Not in the like, you know, developed, I don't even like that word, but like in countries where, you know, we don't have that issue.
So there's this whole like conspiracy thing where they're saying that they create these diseases and then say here's a vaccine, and then all of a sudden it's gone because everyone's vaccinated now, right? So like it was just created to make everyone, and like they actually are like injecting us with stuff, and like that's like why, that's what the vaccinator, like the anti-vaxxer, like that's their side. And like I semi-agree with them a little bit, because like certain things I'm like, how is it just gone now after like this? Like, did you really eradicate it with, because also we've seen with vaccines, not everyone's going to get vaccinated. Like even with this, like
that's the thing though, with like polio, smallpox, the whole reason is most people, it was a requirement to get that vaccine, the smallpox, but then eventually it just wasn't an issue anymore. Like no one has to get it. Like my mom has a smallpox scar. It's that little bump on the top of your arm. It's literally, it stops the spread. And if it's God forbid, but like even if the person that contracts it dies with them, it doesn't spread. That's the thing with a pandemic. Like you got to think about that's the whole thing. When you kept asking me like, you want to meet up? I'm like, no, you got to watch Pandemic. Like it literally, it's about the spread, and it happens so easily. But if you have people that aren't able to get sick, like take for example the Ebola virus. Remember how I was talking about it before? And like personally for me, the hemorrhagic fevers and those viruses, I personally think the outbreaks that we've had is because they were, you know, messing with it for biochemical warfare. Because the only time you see they occurred in labs. That was the reason why it got out. But it kills too quickly. It kills the host too quickly, so it doesn't really spread. And that's why I don't think with the hemorrhagic fevers, you never really saw it that often. Or whatever. They're still very rare, but it kills the host so quickly, it's not able to spread all over the place. It's very contagious, but if you keep it secluded or isolated, it's not going to get to other people.
Yeah.
And that's the whole thing with vaccines. It's just trying to limit the passage of the disease onto other people. And sometimes you're able to fight it, and it takes a long time too. For smallpox was around for hundreds of years, affecting people all around the world, all across Africa. They had their ways to inoculate. Like I think Africa and China, like I said, were the ones with the best like inoculation methods, like for people, how many people actually got sick afterwards, it was very, very low. It was like 1 in 1,000 or something like that.
Do you know like what part of Africa was?
I was trying to read it. That's why I'm like, I think it may be a general, because I'm like, Africa's a continent. It's not really a country.
It's not really. It's not a
country. Exactly. It's not a country. So that's why I'm like, after I said it, I'm like, fuck, I said Africa, but I know. I personally was looking for the details too, but it never gave you like an exact area.
That's crazy.
But it did mention how slaves from Western Africa, they were not, because Boston apparently in the 1700s had a smallpox outbreak, and the slaves that came from the same village in Africa, like they were all inoculated against it, and they used to like look down on it, blah blah blah, but they weren't getting sick and dying. And then they took that method. They used that method in the States or in the colonies, I guess it was at the time.
So as again, Africa always saving the fucking day.
That's what I'm saying. Like I think it was just all across.
Yes.
That's the main point of that. The Africa, the blacks. No, I'm joking.
No, but for real, masks were first recommended like by an Asian man, and a white man said, "I'm not going to listen to a Chinaman." And then guess what happened to the white man? He didn't wear a mask and he died like a week later.
Yo, SNL did a spoof about that on their past episode. They did to where it was like a montage of like everyone like rest in peace to the COVID people, and they spoofed the people at the town hall meetings, like yelling at their like board members, being like, "I'm not wearing this mask," and they'll be like, "Died of COVID," and all of them died of COVID. And then at the end they did, because a lot of it was about like police brutality and stuff. And I guess it was the week before this one, because Elon Musk was on this one. I wasn't on that one. So the week before this one. And then the end of it, oh no, this is the Michael Che show. That's what I'm going to feel. Michael Che show did this. And then at the end of the Michael Che episode, it was all the black people who died, but it was from like being shot, like actual like things, like because like white people were so against COVID, but they're the ones who were dying, and black people were the ones like he made the point of saying black people were more afraid of getting shot and killed by cops or someone else than they were of COVID. And they're probably just like, COVID, this ain't, and he's like, look at like all the black cities, like they were the ones, and not just like it was funny the way he did it. So okay.
I'm gonna have to watch this.
It's a great,
because it sounds kind of sad.
It's Dave Chappelle. He literally took what Dave Chappelle. It's a sketch comedy show. He picks one topic and then he makes skits. There's one running skit throughout the whole entire episode, and then there's little skits within it that relate to whatever that topic is. And the first one was all about police brutality. So the running skit was there are police like trying to teach black people how to be arrested, and like it was like, don't yell at us. We don't want to be yelled at. Like come on now, like you yelling at us just aggravate. It's just like showing like how it's so stupid the things that cops say for why they're afraid for their life and everything like that. So like, and then like by just little skits, I think it's great. But he has commentary in between, like Dave Chappelle will like have a little stand up session before he went to the next skit. He had like little like monologues, like intervention. I mean, it's pretty much the Dave Chappelle show, but modernized. Not in front of a live audience. That's what I should call it.
And who is this man?
Michael Che from SNL.
Who's in SNL?
He is the
Weekend
head
Update.
writer of SNL, the first black man to be the head writer of SNL.
Oh, that's good for him.
Yeah, Michael Che, I think he's always been funny. Like him and Gerard Carmichael are like in the same like comedy field, and I like Gerard Carmichael a lot, and he's a great writer, and I hope he gets more opportunities because his stand-up makes me laugh. It's so funny. I think Gerard Carmichael and Michael Che are great stand-up comedians. But yeah, let's pick a topic.
All right.
Drum roll, please.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Not opening. Social media. Okay.
Yay!
Oh, that's easy. That's a fun one. We can talk a little. There's only like 30, 40 minutes, you know? I don't want to talk a lot.
I mean,
So, I guess what social medias do you
always
utilize?
Well, currently, let's see. The main one I use is probably Instagram. It was Twitter, but I got kicked off, and I still haven't gotten it back.
You still haven't gotten Twitter
But
back?
I know what I have to do. I just don't feel like doing it. So right now.
Did they tell you why you
Instagram.
got kicked off?
No, someone hacked my account.
Uh-huh.
And so they changed my password. So trying to reset it, it will not send me a text message. You know how it says send text and verify that it's you? It won't come through. I Googled why, and it's usually your cell phone carrier won't allow that spam number to come through. It just blocks it.
Oh.
So whenever I made a new account, and then I said text me a verification code, and it didn't come through. I was like, that's the reason. I can't. And then it won't even send me an email because I don't have access to the email that's on
You
that
just
account.
need to call.
Yeah, I just have to call my Verizon account. But anyway, it's Instagram. That's probably it. And
Did you ever use Tumblr?
oh, Tumblr was my.
I love Tumblr.
Let's go back.
I
want to
love
start in
Tumblr.
the back.
But there was at one
First
point
social media.
MySpace. 100%.
I didn't get on MySpace till like late.
Well, does like AOL Instant Messenger count as
I was
social
about
media?
to say AIM. Does AIM
Does
count?
maybe it's pre-social media. It's then like
the
bricks for
the
road
chat
being
rooms.
formed.
Yes.
Is the
Yeah,
chat? I
I
feel like
remember.
that's social media.
ASL. We all know what ASL meant.
I bitch, I was lying.
Right.
I was
We were
lying.
so bad. Like our generation invented catfishing. Like seriously
Yes.
invented fucking
Yes.
catfishing.
Yeah.
Like motherfuckers were really pretending to be different people online.
Oh, absolutely.
fucking
Like, why do I
crazy.
want to be myself?
Like
can
I
be
was
someone
13
completely
years
different.
old. Why I want to be a 16, 17-year-old girl on the internet.
I was always 16 from California.
Oh my god.
Yo,
One time I pretended to be a boy. Because why the fuck not? Yeah.
It's crazy. It's crazy. But I mean, yeah, MySpace. So AIM. AOL Messenger, I think that definitely is like first form of social media. It was the introduction, the bricks, the foundation of what came, which was like the MySpaces. There was another one. Black Planet.
I had a Black Planet.
Black Planet, like that was like the intro, that was the next step. But MySpace was crazy because I saw a tweet that was like, we really ranked our friends. That's so toxic to rank your friends.
yeah.
Like
Okay, so in hindsight, yes, but I never really cared who was like number one, and everybody was like making a big deal about it.
a lot of people, I remember
Which
people.
is
You could
also
lower
why-
it too, right? To
Yeah,
like
you could
two
do like
or
2,
three.
3, 4. Yeah, you can.
Which is
customize
also
your
why
own.
I hid it.
you
Like
did
I
yours?
hid my friends and I hid my comments, but I also like, bitch, I knew where the fuck to go. Don't play with me. But
like the viral
had
tweet
groups
that went
in there.
viral. That was we all were fucking coding.
yes,
From
100%.
11 to like 14, like 15. Because I'm thinking about my age, so I'm remembering
Oh,
it to
because I was
me.
like, I didn't get a MySpace. I didn't make a MySpace till I was like almost 18. I didn't have friends.
I know, but Facebook was out by then.
yeah.
I didn't even make a Facebook till I was 18 or 19.
So the same time as MySpace.
My ex-girlfriend
Just
made
after.
my Facebook.
I made it just after. Yeah.
Because he saw that no one was on MySpace, and then he went to Facebook probably.
No. My sister was like, you should make a Facebook. So my sister's the reason why I made a MySpace. My sister
Yeah,
was on
MySpace?
my sister was on social media before I was.
Like MySpace MySpace was popular for me 7th and 8th grade. That was, so you guys are 4 years older than me, so 7th and 8th grade for me, so that's what, junior year for you?
I stopped using MySpace like officially like my senior year.
Yeah, that would make sense, because we didn't use it our freshman year. We were not on MySpace freshman year.
My senior year in
changed to
high school,
Facebook.
and then my ex-girlfriend made my Facebook, which I never really used. And then looking back, and I'm like, this is so stupid. Like, why did I do this?
We left MySpace for Facebook, which was stupid. That was the dumbest decision we ever did.
It was so dumb.
Like MySpace was everything, because you really were, you could customize your
MySpace
whole
was
profile.
good for music too, and like it really helped. Social media really helped with like help musicians.
Yes.
Like indie musicians.
I would
should
change
say.
like my songs every like couple weeks.
So
That's
many
how I
bands
got
went
put on.
viral.
Yeah, that's how I found
that's
a
how
lot
I
of
found a lot of
musicians,
music.
MySpace.
Yeah,
MySpace.
I
Going
found a
to
lot
the
of
music
music that I
page.
can't find now on Apple Music, and
Oh,
I
yeah,
just be
no.
so mad. So now
That
I
was-
have, so now I have to
yeah.
go to YouTube to like, and I can't remember like all the people's names and the shit like that. But like,
Oh, I bet you if you go to like a YouTube video, probably like MySpace top songs 2000 and like
Oh, probably
two.
there's
There's-
something.
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
a
I didn't even
playlist
think about
made
doing that.
100%, and you're gonna find something like, yeah, we should do that after we film.
Yeah,
That'd be dope.
I had a lot of fun on MySpace, and I'm very sad that MySpace isn't like a thing anymore.
I think it should come back. I really
What's
do.
Tom doing? Tom,
I
what are you up
know.
to?
Tom's probably kicking himself in the ass.
Tom's a millionaire. Tom's fine.
Yeah, Tom.
Yeah.
Tom already made
He
his
sold
money.
it at the top, which is
Oh, did
very,
he?
Yeah.
Oh, good job, Tom.
Yeah,
He was
Tom's
also
fine.
everyone's first friend.
Yeah, I love Tom. He's dope. So I
I don't
love
think I ever
people-
deleted him as
No,
my friend.
I love people who made Tom their like number one friend. Like, I thought it was so funny. I'm like, yeah.
Tom was always my number one. It was Tom. I would list the musicians that I followed. I didn't list people. Maybe my sister was up there. I don't know.
Yeah,
I
it
didn't
was
really
always
care
my
about that
friends. I mean,
I would just change my background because that shit was fun and interesting to
Yeah.
me.
Me and my cousin would when we have sleepovers, we would just be changing our fucking MySpace
Mm-hmm.
page, like just coding.
I
all
hated
night.
the ones that I hated was when they had like so much shit on their page and it took
Like the
forever.
glitter
It took
shit.
Especially
forever
when
to
you had it was
load.
dial-up.
flashing stuff. Oh, dial-up.
It took fucking forever to load. Because I had dial-up to like 2012. I was like,
I don't
that's
even
also
know.
probably why I stopped
You had
using
dial-up
MySpace.
into 2012?
Yeah, it was behind on everything.
Oh my goodness, I thought I was a late bloomer.
I didn't have a
I
cell
graduated
phone. I bought
2011.
I bought my own cell phone when I was
So you were
19.
20 something?
I got my own cell phone at 19 too.
That means you were
Um,
22.
No, that's when I had like an actual cell phone that didn't get cut off after like a couple months or something.
Yeah, my first cell phone, which I'm still on the same carrier, was when I was 19.
My first one was what is it? Smartphone, Smart Talk. It was Walmart.
Yeah, I
Pay as you go.
don't count that trap phone as my first phone.
Then my first phone wasn't until I was like 23.
I don't count that
I didn't
as
have
a
an
first
iPhone
phone.
until my mid 20s.
Same.
And then I switched to Droid because I kept breaking them. I went through so many iPhones.
Oh,
but
I
anyway,
hated
that's not
your
social
fucking
media.
green bubble.
Okay, so after MySpace, it was Facebook, and looking back at the memories on Facebook now, I'm like,
Cringy as fuck.
oh, why?
Number one, like, why the fuck did I even type like this?
What about
is
adding
wrong
like
with me?
50 pictures?
Yes, all
From
my
one
albums.
night?
Yes.
The what?
Like, I didn't. Some people. Actually, I would add the concerts I went to on there. It would be like 100 pictures and an album from like one night or something.
Digital cameras are everything, and
Yes.
I
Well, you
have
guys
so many
ever?
albums.
Did you guys ever
on
have a
from high
live
school.
journal?
I had a live journal for like a week.
No.
I never used live journal. I would go on there.
I had it
but
for like a week, and then I went to what was that other Tumblr?
I was on Tumblr. Like that was. I used to follow this one blog on there. What was it? It was like Hipster Dykes or something, and it was like a parody. It was a parody, and she was funny as fuck and dark. She wrote some dark shit, but it would be fucking funny. It was dark humor.
Like those like fan fiction joints that people would have on Tumblr. Like they would
Yeah,
write
because
their
she
own-
would write lesbian fan fiction stuff, but it was fucking hilarious. The shit and then she stopped writing. I was so
Tumblr
upset.
still a
Tumblr,
thing?
yeah,
It is, but Yahoo bought it and changed everything, so that's why Tumblr fell the fuck off.
Oh, for real?
Because I remember
Yeah.
at one point, like, I
Because Tumblr
couldn't,
was for sex. Like,
I
let's
couldn't be on
honest, we all-
Tumblr after like 10 o'clock because it was just like soft porn.
Yes.
Like porn. And just was like, I would just be scrolling through Tumblr and just like, what are you looking at? I'm like, I'm on Tumblr. Like, it's fine. Like, I'm
Tumblr, that's what like
Fat material.
It's crazy because like all of my like gay women like friends are always like Tumblrs where they first were like, yup,
Yeah.
mm-hmm.
Shit was.
I remember when I first got my Tumblr, my ex-girlfriend was like, why would you get it? And I'm like, why not?
Because that's where gay girls met a lot.
Like,
was on
why
Tumblr.
not? Like,
I never talked
leave
to
me
anyone on
alone.
Tumblr.
Wow.
I didn't talk to anybody on Tumblr
I never
either.
Okay, social media. What do you guys use social media for? Starting from the beginning of it.
When it was for me to stay in contact with my friends.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah,
then
it was for friends.
for me, like Tumblr to me was just like my personal like blog.
Yeah, like Tumblr, I would post shit that I thought was funny or aesthetically pleasing.
And then I
music.
got obsessed with like
Music, especially.
with like just following beautiful women. Like you're fucking gorgeous. Like how do you wake up looking like this? I'm obsessed with you now. Which nothing has changed now.
The only blog that I would like constantly follow is that Hipster Dykes one because I just can't get over how funny that bitch was.
I can't remember the ones I followed, but there are a few that I'd be like, I know they see me read, like, you know, Tumblr their things. Like I love Tumblr.
Yeah,
Like
Tumblr
Tumblr's
was
everything. Like junior year up until like probably sophomore.
That was
junior year of
college for me. Yeah, I was
that
gonna
makes
say
sense,
that was college for me. I was on Tumblr maybe like 2 years. Like
I had
maybe 3
Instagram
years
while I had Tumblr, but I remember when I first downloaded Instagram, I downloaded because I wanted like a photo editing app, and it said that it was that, and I downloaded. And I'm like, this isn't what I thought it was gonna be, but I never deleted it. Like I had an account and everything, but I just never used it. And then one day, I don't know who the fuck I was talking to, and they're like, you got an Instagram? I'm like, yeah, but like I don't really know how to use it. Like I downloaded it for editing pictures and like it's not what I thought it was. And they're like, no, like you can find other people a lot. So like I've been on Instagram ever since.
So like that's the thing. Okay, so MySpace
and this was strictly before it was only on iPhone at the time. And then I remember when they allowed Android people to get on, and those memes made me laugh because they were talking about it went from a gated community to the hood. Yeah. And I think that one was my favorite. But yeah, and then it started acting like everything else.
Yeah, so we agree. First one was AIM and everything. So AIM was what, 2005?
2000s.
It was 2000s. I was like in middle school. I was in middle school.
I graduated elementary in 2000. So
I was in 6th grade in 2001 when 9/11 happened.
Okay, so 90s?
I would say late 90s, early 2000s was AIM. AIM, MSN.
Oh,
I had that too.
I used MSN Messenger. I used MySpace to make like internet friends, basically. Like I never met him. I never been to Iceland, but this Icelandic dude, it was like a language learning group on MySpace, and like he was trying to learn English and I was trying to learn Icelandic, and he's like, no one really speaks it. Why do you want to learn? I was like, I just feel like learning it. I really like this band too, and I still listen to the band. But my Icelandic was terrible. It's very hard.
Do you remember anything?
Very hard. No, I don't remember anything. If I read it, it would come back to me because I was learning Italian at the same time. Italian, Dutch. I know more. I can read German, but it's just because I know how German kind of like breaks down and shit. It's very similar to English, and English is a lot of Germanic words, so you can really easily you can tell just reading it sometimes. Sometimes it just looks like just straight gibberish, but sometimes you can somehow loosely translate it. But that's probably because I also know German and Dutch.
Okay.
So maybe slightly easier.
So let's say AIM is 1998. Let's go 1998.
Early 2000s.
Well, yeah, what is it? Start 1998, right?
Make a little timeline.
Yeah, I want to like see the progression of.
And then MySpace. I graduated 07, and I knew people, so probably 06. I would say 05 was when it started. I didn't make one till 07 though.
Okay, so AOL Instant Messenger launched in 1997.
Okay, so 97.
And then apparently they had Yahoo Messenger too.
Okay, so we'll say 97. Now MySpace. When did MySpace like actually start?
I would say 05.
It was founded in 2003.
Oh wow.
So let's say let's say 03. So what? 97 to 03. 3 years, 6 years. That's 6 years.
So it says from 05 to 08, it was the largest social networking site.
That was its like prime.
But what does it mean? So should we say 05?
I would say 05.
05.
Because he founded it and then built it up.
Yeah, he founded in 03. Prime time 05.
So 8 years. So now we're at 8 years from AIM to MySpace.
Mm-hmm.
Now, do we go MySpace straight to Facebook? Would that be the next?
Yeah, it would be Facebook.
I think Facebook was 05.
Oh, was it? Same.
Facebook launched in 2004.
But when did it become popular?
I have no idea.
I would say 05.
Oh, I mean, this isn't a-
Well,
05, 06.
I didn't make a MySpace.
My brother-
I didn't make a Facebook until
My sister had a Facebook before me.
Yeah, and my brother graduated 05, and that's when
I didn't get
it
mine
was
till
only for
09.
college kids.
I didn't get mine until 09.
It was only for college kids for the first 2 years, and then it opened up. So 07, 08 is when it really opened up.
I didn't get mine till
to-
09.
And I didn't
My
get
senior year.
I didn't make mine till 09.
That was
And
my
I-
senior year in high school.
I was
I
a
was a freshman.
senior. I graduated 07, but I don't think I made one till like 08, 09.
And then Instagram.
Yeah, next to Instagram. So what are we at? Like, so we're at 97 to 2007, right? Instagram 2007. I mean,
I was on Twitter.
Facebook 2007.
Twitter though.
Twitter, yes. We can't forget about Twitter.
Twitter
was.
I used to be on
Twitter was
Twitter
high
a
school to
lot
me.
in college.
2008 is when
I
2009.
tweeted really weird shit though. I think I
'Cause,
del-
yeah,
I went
'cause
through and deleted a whole bunch though. That's the thing. I deleted a lot.
The one that I went through, that was funny.
There was still some weird, funny
yeah,
shit.
it was.
But that was pretty much what it was. But I just deleted because some of that shit was
Instagram
weird
was only 10
and
years old.
annoying.
Yeah. Instagram started my freshman year in college. That's when Instagram started. And that's 2011.
I was.
It was 2011. Because I remember everyone was like, you're going to get an Instagram? And I made one. 2012 was when I actually sat and I made one.
I didn't make one until 2013.
I didn't get mine until like 2011, and apparently
Yeah, that's when it started.
it makes sense now
Yeah.
because it started in 2010.
Yeah.
That's when it launched.
But it didn't become popular.
I got it in
until
the summer.
2011. Yeah. Oh, Snapchat.
I had Snapchat before, like you had to individually send it, and it only lasted for like 5 seconds.
Like Snapchat started everything started my freshman year in college. I remember all of us being like, if we had this at Beach Week, our lives would have been over. We would have been putting everything. I mean, I had a video camera and I made a video of our like beach week. Like that's how that shift is fucking crazy to me.
All right, Twitter was founded in 2006.
Yeah, and it became popular like 2008. That's when it really like popped off. So it's definitely Facebook, then Twitter, then Instagram, and then Snapchat is with Instagram, right? Yeah, Snapchat and Instagram
Yeah.
are like the same
So
time.
is Facebook.
No, Facebook's way before Instagram.
Oh, I thought you were talking about like they're all together. I'm
I'm saying like the
bought
timeline.
Instagram. I don't know. I need a piece of paper.
Well, yeah, I mean, I got it. It's perfect.
Okay.
It's
Is
easy.
after.
Okay,
Is
so
there
what
any
about
other new ones?
YouTube?
YouTube was.
But is YouTube more of a social media? You think YouTube's considered social media?
You can get social on.
Yeah, no, you
YouTube.
definitely can be social, but I feel like YouTube, like it's called YouTube. Like, I mean,
Let's look up social media.
Well, I feel like YouTube would be considered social media because a lot of people thinking what social media is now, like a lot of people do make their money on YouTube. Just
yeah.
like a lot of people make their money on Twitter and all that other shit.
YouTube is social media because it's interactive web 2.0 internet-based applications, user-generated content such as text posts, comments, digital photos or videos, and data generated through all online interactions.
Yeah, I think
Yeah, 'cause
anything. I
YouTube
think
people
anything
can make
online.
word
I think
posts.
anything online to connect with people is social media.
Remember Photo Bucket?
Pinterest.
Yes,
Pinterest.
I love
Don't even
talk
Pinterest.
about
I
Pinterest.
stay on that
Pinterest is-
shit.
yeah.
I use Pinterest for
But-
recipes.
But the thing is that I don't socialize with anyone on Pinterest though. Like,
I don't either.
Pinterest
But I don't.
is just for.
Well, that's the other thing, though. I don't
Yeah.
socialize with anyone.
Well,
I have-
mean, you send us memes. You send me to your
I don't
friends.
really. But
don't
no, it's a
post.
very. I don't post. But also the people I talk to on there, it's like 5 people.
I
that
mean, same with me on my Instagram.
Yeah.
I only talk. Most people aren't having these fucking 20 conversations with one. I mean, some people are, obviously, yes, some people are. But the regular person, it's your group chat and then individual, then Amber and Nora group chat, and then Leah individual, and me and Dar. Like that's what.
Yeah.
It's not a lot of people. That's my who I send Instagram stuff to. That's it.
Yeah.
Got it.
I am not a social media user.
And it's the
I
thing.
don't
The
know.
last time I posted a photo on Instagram was my birthday.
Let's
What's
see.
the last time you posted a photo?
Mine was a year ago.
February 22nd.
So right before my birthday. Yours is, well, yeah.
But this was like an old picture
And
that I just
you're just like, oh yeah.
Because, like, yeah, you have it right there.
It's that one, yeah.
Oh wait, I forgot. No, I posted our first video back in October,
Okay.
and then before that, July,
Mm-hmm.
and then May.
Like, I seen Diane that meme where it's like people who are on social media but don't post anything are just one sitting there lurking, watching everybody.
That's pretty much all I do. I just watch little animal videos.
And that's
Food videos.
Now that we've been through the timeline, we're up there. We're current at where we're at. You know, we're at
TikTok.
Instagram. Well, now we're in the new form. So
Oh yeah, I forgot about TikTok.
now social media
Not
really
really
is just like this, like hole now, right? A lot of people just get sucked into it.
That's why I try to I have the limit on my phone, because like sometimes I just scroll just because I'm anxious and I'm just trying to distract myself. Like I found, and it just doesn't help. It just makes it worse, because the social media, even with viewing stories, like I don't really view stories so much anymore because it just makes me feel weird. It's like I really want to know, are people, a lot of people like voyeuristic, are into voyeurism in some shape or form, because that's literally what it is.
Yeah, that is what social media is like.
When you're posting shit.
Someone was like, people who like just post selfies of them doing stuff. It's like, you really just want us to know what you're doing, like at all times. Like for me, my story, I just post quotes and shit. Like I mainly post quotes.
Yeah, I posted that. I think it's
my
funny.
personal stuff, I post to my close friends. That's really it. I don't really. That's the best feature Instagram ever created, was close friends, because it just. There's certain things where I'm just like, the only people I want to view this part of my life are my close friends.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want everyone who follows me to have the chance to look at what it is. And like one of my friends made this comment, and she was like, during this pandemic, she went through and cleansed her Facebook, and she was like, I don't want these people to know, like, if I do post on social media, I don't want them to know about my life.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they shouldn't
That's
have
the other thing,
access to my life.
People have like 2,000 friends, blah blah blah. I'm like, I don't have that many followers. I'm like, I don't want people in knowing my life like that. Like, I've made my page private multiple times. I've taken it off. Like,
I'm
yeah.
public.
So the thing with social media is you are on the internet because you want people to know something about you.
my whole reason for using Instagram though is it's for me, like just a documentation for
No,
me to look
I
back
understand
on.
all of that, which is also why you have the option of going private. But in my mind, when I was like, I don't understand why everybody's in my business. You put your business out
Oh
there.
yeah,
Oh,
that's
yeah.
You
stupid.
put your business out there for people to know what you're doing.
Yeah.
That's
Now the issue is when other people put your business out on the internet. Like
Well, that's no. I know people that like people have fake profiles of. I've known multiple people, gorgeous people. That's probably why they will take their pictures and make fake profiles of them
yes,
and shit.
and that's been a thing since forever.
Yeah.
Since social media
like-
ever
We
happened.
created catfishing.
Yeah.
We literally created it.
I don't know. It's so it's interesting. It's interesting. Like from a psychological like viewpoint, I'm just like. It's just
As a grown adult, when I was a teenager, no, preteen really is when I was doing all this stupid shit. I'm like, okay, I was immature as fuck. But as an adult, like watching catfish, seeing adult people pretend to be
You cannot be
someone
that
else.
fucking stupid.
I mean,
I
some people
cannot.
are really
I
desperate.
can't believe that the show is still going, and they have new people being catfished every day.
I mean, listen.
In a day and age where you have so much technology, where you literally do not even have to be on the same continent to talk to somebody, and you mean to tell me that you can't talk to me because your camera's broke? You know somebody whose camera works.
That's also talking about going into the person, their trauma, their pattern, like their relational patterns. Like the reason why they might be more susceptible to fall for that is it's just they're getting attention from someone. They're not used to that. They want that attention. They're afraid that if they show who they really are, if they're the ones doing the catfishing, if they show who they really
I
are,
understand
then
all of that, but the fact that you are believing that you cannot talk to them
that's a
because of
naivety.
X,
That's
Y,
that's
and Z,
naiveness.
like,
that's
you're
naivety on their
wild.
part.
I mean, that's
Literally,
you
you're getting
avoid-
attention
It's
from someone.
wild to me.
But because you're not in that situation to where you really feel alone and you have no one there. Like some people really do feel like that, and
they
like
people just at the end of the day, people just want to be loved.
I understand all of that. I do, but it's still wild to me that this is still happening.
It's like the people who stay with like an abusive partner,
Also
you know, despite the fact that they know better. You know, it's really hard
because I've been there.
It's hard. It's hard.
I understand all of that, but it's absolutely insane to me with all the technology that we have. People are still being catfished.
I mean, some people really do believe when they say, "Oh, my camera's broke. Oh, you know, I'm sorry."
Yeah, and like for me personally, I'll believe not anymore, like to that kind of naiveness, I would say, but like I will believe a person's word if I will believe what you're saying. People like I said, we're all just humans doing the best that we can.
I would not.
So I'm not gonna automatically think. Like my initial thought is not you're trying to do something suspicious. Like you're acting sus right now. This is something I can't trust. Blah blah blah. And that's something I think I still have to work on a little bit more from trusting people, because like I don't know I think it's just that attention. It really is that attention, and depending on your socialization, you just might be more susceptible to shit. And that's the other thing, though.
Saying, couldn't be me.
It couldn't
be me. Like
I asked entirely too many questions. Like, you have me fucked up.
The first thing I'm doing is FaceTiming. We can't FaceTime, then let's WhatsApp. Let's do something.
Yeah. You can't FaceTime me, then call me on the phone.
If you can't, I have to see your face. Before I meet you, I need to see you in person. I need to like really send me a pic. Let's do something.
Well, what about? So, do you think dating apps would be considered social media, like Tinder?
Yes, 100%.
Yes, 100%. Yeah. You're connecting with people.
Yeah. Because people do the same thing over social, like on traditional social media.
They do that shit too. Yeah, you're right.
So Tinder definitely.
All the dating apps are anything to me.
Hinge, Bumble.
Anything to me that's on the internet where you can meet and connect with people is social media.
Because you're sharing videos, sharing photos.
It's social media to me, but
it's crazy to see where it's come to. Where like with me, what I used to follow on my like Instagram, the main thing, I have switched it up so much to where it's maybe 3 or 4 like funny pages. It's sports. It's just like my friends, and it's a lot of inspirational, like positive affirmations, like healthy recipes, like workouts. I follow like 2 pages, like just so my feed is nothing negative. Like I unfollowed all the gossip sites, all of those sites. Actually, I can't. Like I don't like seeing people like being like torn down. Like I don't want to see that, and like seeing like like I follow a couple activists, and sometimes I hate just seeing all the death, like all the bad shit going on in the world. But it's also like I need to see that. So, I need to see like what's really going on. I need to be aware.
So a lot of people that I did, because I did do a cleanse on my Instagram, a lot of people that I did follow were influencers who I followed them in the very beginning, where they're at now, completely fucking different. And I'm just like, I gotta go, because this isn't the reason why I followed you. Like, I gotta peace out.
I noticed.
I'm happy that you're doing good. You got your money. But I gotta go.
I noticed Instagram is like, I don't know, their algorithm is on something, because
their
like I follow
is fucking bullshit.
I follow the Hood Witch, and I'm like, I follow her personal page too, and I was like, she had posted on her personal page, and I'm like, let me go see what she posted on the Hood Witch, because I haven't seen anything from her lately. And I was like, she just posted 10 hours ago. I'm like, but I scrolled on my main page and I didn't see shit from it.
No. And
then on the post that she posted, she's like, the interactions have been, or the engagement's been really low lately. It's like been 5% or something like that. I was like, what?
You gotta start liking, go through like all of her stuff, like automatically.
Yeah, I also noticed that when you follow somebody new, all of their shit like pops up.
Yeah, there's just one like artist that I literally get updated on everything.
I miss it so much.
I didn't know that it wasn't that anymore. I didn't even know it wasn't that. I mean, I still don't have Facebook Messenger on my phone, so I can't react to the comments, everything I just like all the time.
Yeah.
Because I can't do that because I didn't update my thing.
I miss the chronological order.
I want to just see what your phone is. Like, I want to see what your Instagram. Where is this? Open order. Oh my god. You really can't do it. Holy fucking shit. That is
I have
crazy.
Hold on. Where's ours? Here we go. So I have
Oh yeah, well I can't show you what my top ones are.
Oh, you can do that?
Yeah. So I have a top. So I switched mine to where this, which face is it? It's like the shock, one of these ones. Oh shit. It doesn't matter. That one's my top one. So every time I double tap, that's the face, not the heart. That's how I changed. So you just replace the heart with it. But most people like having the heart as their double tap one.
Yeah,
But I love the exclamation point.
Yeah, because I'd be like, ooh,
yes, right, yeah, girl.
I also do not really understand emojis. When people send emojis or use any slang, I Google it a lot.
You're such an old woman.
You are very old. Aww. I'm not gonna lie to you. At one point, I did, there was this one girl that I was texting. She kept saying LLS, and I'm like, "What the fuck?"
Oh,
yeah,
LLS.
I didn't know.
No, I didn't know what LLS was
what
either.
What is that? But I didn't say anything because I didn't want to feel stupid.
Or TTYL.
Oh,
I didn't know that.
No,
well, that
one
was easy.
What else?
Not for everybody.
I know. I'm sorry. I'm being very aggressive.
I'm trying to think of one that I don't remember because I read the book called TTYL. Oh, I knew shaking my head.
I didn't know that.
But
I really just use laugh my ass off and LOL.
Oh, mine automatically autocorrects to LMAO, automatically, no matter what. If I start typing LM, it pops up in my suggested right there. Yeah. AOO. Yep, click.
My mom still texts me, and she has an iPhone. She still texts me as if she's typing. The
T9?
Yes.
How is that possible?
My mom?
I don't know.
I forgot what word it is. My mom tries to type, but autocorrect keeps changing it to BBC.
Rip my cock.
I'm like, Mom. She's like, I know. I don't know how to change it. I'm like, Mom, you can easily change it.
No, old people in technology is
Yeah, my mom is so upset that she can't get another iPhone 8.
Why?
It's only the 10 and up.
Oh.
Yeah, they sell, yeah. Because Danielle had to get a new phone because they're stopped doing the software update because she has a Galaxy.
That's the whole reason why I got a new iPad, because I wanted to download an app, but it was you need this or above, and I'm like, fuck, I don't want to get a whole new one. And just yeah, just do it. And I felt guilty buying the iPad.
I wish I could afford it right now.
Well, it's on my phone plan, so
I want to get the camera first.
Yeah, the camera's enough, but then I need a nice place to edit and a nice software to edit on. That's the thing.
Maybe get a Best Buy credit card. But okay, social media. Anything else?
You know what I do miss? I miss the old YouTube video content.
Yeah, it was really funny.
Like a lot of shit now people do just for clout or whatever.
Yeah.
It's so annoying, so stupid.
It's
that one video with
so cringy.
When the husband was telling the wife that he knew that his son wasn't his son and all that. I'm like, wait.
It's fake, but why would you even do that? That's so stupid. Because no one in their fucking mind would
or the
ever
littering
do that.
thing, or the littering thing when they were like, "This guy's littering," and he took it was McDonald's food bag, dumped all the trash out, and then threw the McDonald's food bag. I'm like, what person that litters would ever do that? And they're like, we're gonna get him. They're like, we're gonna put this sign on his car or whatever and take pictures, and that's what they did. I'm like.
Obviously.
First of all, how do you have this? Are you just looking for people to litter?
You have a camera ready to catch every person littering.
As they do it? No.
We're going to go catch people littering
people
on the
do
street.
some really stupid shit. For Earth Day, for protesting Earth Day in D.C., this environmentalist group took a bunch of cow manure in wheelbarrows and went up to the White House gates.
Yeah, I heard about
dumped
that.
It, said they were going to clean it up, but left it. And the city, DC, had to take care of it. And I'm like,
y'all are rude.
That's performative activism.
Yeah.
That's not even you're literally
contributing
to the fucking problem, because cow manure gives off methane gas, which eats at the ozone layer.
So when you said performative behavior, like, what do you feel about social media and people like posting about injustices, and especially like we talked about like amongst it.
I think there's like bringing attention. Well, yeah, I think there's bringing attention to shit. That there is a clear difference. You can tell what's performative and what is genuine. Like when people are like, I donated, blah blah blah, or it's not even like this is I donated here, you can donate here, like that. You know, that's genuine, but like it. Like it's in the Bible.
Telling people that you donate.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just this way. It's just this way literally. That people take pictures or film themselves doing things, and I'm like,
that's what
how do you filming these people? Like even the people that you're helping, like the homeless people, come up on them with your fucking camera. I'm like, bro, you might be offering help.
It's all for clout.
You might be offering help, but why are you fucking filming this person right now? Like, because they're trying to disrespectful.
Because it's all for clout. That's why.
This is why I find social media to be slightly problematic, and I try to limit. I try to limit my time and the way I use it personally.
Shit gets out of hand on social media very quickly because you have so many people with their own opinions, just feeling comfortable to
being gangsta behind the keyboard.
Or what about how people get their news from social media? That's another problem because you got all like left, right, it doesn't matter, putting out all this fake bullshit just to promote more fear. And literally that's why now, even though it's always been a problem, I feel like especially within the last year, we have an extremist problem.
Yeah, both sides.
Both sides have an extremist problem.
Yeah. And I'm like, can you guys all just shut the fuck up? Like, you all are wrong. You know that, right? All of you are wrong.
It might be like the issues might actually be a legitimate issue, but you're taking away from it the way that you're trying to spread information about this issue. Like a lot of it is fear mongering. Like I even saw on some spiritual accounts that I used to follow, like they were talking about it for months, like, you know, there's a spiritual war coming, spiritual warfare, blah blah blah, and it's literally you're making people to be afraid.
I saw that and I'm like, what the fuck are these people?
You're trying to make people afraid and feel like they're being attacked. So when there's any semblance of like what feels like an attack, like it's you know, you're literally just having people fight with each other. That's all that you're doing. You're a part of the problem. You're not creating any enlightenment or bringing anyone together, any of that shit. And like social media is great, it really is, don't get me wrong, but I feel like it's very problematic as well. Like
the one positive thing that I have taken from social media is you really can create a fucking business. Mm-hmm. That is the number one. We took social media and turned it into a job. Like people can really get on there, and if they do the work, which is posting, you know, constantly, like actually interacting, like getting your engagement up, like using the hashtags, using, you know, stories like effectively, you can really get a business. I mean, like we all said, we have a friend, she made her whole business off of social media. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like it's possible.
I like the idea of that, but in my mind, like social media is a place to go have fun. Like I don't want to feel.
Well, it's different for everyone. It's different.
I know. I know.
Shopping.
I hate it. I think it keeps giving me notifications, and I keep telling them leave me the fuck alone.
But I'm saying, like people, that's good for a lot of small businesses.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think it's
I don't get small business. I get Sephora telling me to come buy shit, and I keep having to tell them fuck you. Fuck you. Leave me alone, Sephora. You get my money when I have some money, when I need something.
I think social media is what you make of it.
Yes.
It is what it is. Like, I don't know.
I don't know. You're completely correct. That's exactly what it is. If you want to use social media to shake your ass and sell your, you know, dick or pussy, do it.
Do it, baby.
Use that OnlyFans, baby. Like, go ahead.
And if you're not on social media, that's cool too.
Exactly.
Like, I don't think you really. I don't know.
You're not really missing anything. You're not missing out on anything. Like, there's no FOMO going on with the fuck that's on social media on any of the platforms. If I'm being completely honest, because you guys send me a lot of things that I had already seen on TikTok.
Oh my god, no, same.
And like, or like
I'm not on TikTok, so
I'm like, it's always, I'm almost like,
I like it anyways because you sent it to me, but I've already seen it. Or like, there were things that I saw on Twitter that I see on Instagram that I already saw.
Well, see, now that I'm not on Twitter anymore, I'm like, I feel so out of the loop.
Oh yeah, because I would send her shit. She'd be like, I already saw that on Twitter. I'm like, man, fuck you.
I mean, Twitter is still the ultimate. To me, Twitter's the best social media, and it hands down will always be the best social media.
The only thing that I see on, like, I don't see shit from Snapchat on other.
Oh, I don't care about Snapchat.
On other things.
I don't even have Snapchat on my
Me
phone.
either. I don't have Snapchat either.
I still have Snapchat for, family. That
I just don't use it. I just stopped using it.
See what they're doing.
I converted completely to Instagram.
I'm also not good with keeping up with people.
When Instagram got their filters, that's when I was like, okay, bye Snapchat. Because the only reason why I was staying on Snapchat was for the filters, and now Instagram got filters, so I'm just like,
Like a
lot of people are still on Snapchat.
Yeah, I mean, Snapchat is mainly now for like talking to people because you know what the conversation's going to go away. That's
I just don't like the interface of it. Like it's convoluted.
It's ugly to me.
Yeah. Oh, the reason why I stopped using it is because it kept slowing my phone down. I had a Droid.
Snapchat ate up my motherfucking battery,
so I stopped.
And then also because Snapchat now has like TV shows on there.
Yeah,
really? Yes. They have Snapchat TV series, internet. What is it called?
I don't know, but there was this one that I would watch on Snapchat, and it was these people who had broken up. It was like multiple people had broken up. And they would sit down. They would sit down and ask like why we broke up and like
those
whether they can have.
Great.
I was addicted to that.
I don't know, like, hey, I did watch those. And
but that's the only one that I watched.
Also, please don't come for me. I watched the Bad Baby. Me? No, I watched the Bad Baby little reality TV show she had on there for a little bit.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I didn't even know.
I find her so fascinating.
I just don't know how she's still like.
But
I'm also I follow her.
But like her music is actually like
there's
semi-slapping.
There's a lot of people who like her.
Like, but she's also I get where they come from for hating her because she does. I mean, she did not grow up in the hood. Like, I'm positive.
No,
I don't think
she was on Dr. Phil. That was how she got famous. I remember that episode.
But she was portraying this image and how she wanted. But I mean, she worked with it. She did it, and she's still portraying it. So at the end of the day, at least she's keeping it up. But her beats are fire. Whoever her producer is. Amazing.
She also recently just turned 18 and made an OnlyFans.
I know.
And made like
the most money, $1 million in like 6 hours.
And so I was like, so in my mind, I'm like, you guys were waiting for this child to turn 18
that we've known since she was 13.
Yeah, you guys have been waiting.
That's why I was like, is she still like underage?
No, she's 18 now, but. I'm pretty sure her OnlyFans. She ain't fucking and sucking.
I don't think that she fucking and sucking either. But like, y'all really sat here and gave this child some money.
$1 million fucking. I mean,
in hopes that she may be out here just like doing some shit that you can't see on regular social media.
In all reality, it's monthly, so she's at least making $100K a month off of this, probably at least at minimum.
Listen, if I was popping like that, I would do the same shit.
I told y'all, no fucking shame. If I had the followers, I would do OnlyFans.
100%.
100%. That's easy. What?
100%.
That easy money that quick for you can post a booby pic. And you'll be fine. You can post a foot pic. You can post a bikini shot. And like these boys, like, come on now. If men make it that easy,
they always make it that easy.
So it's like, come on,
because men are predators.
And the thing that women look too. That's the thing. So it's like there are. I know people from Twitter like who are men who are famous on OnlyFans, like have lots of subscribers. Because women be paying for that shit too.
I don't doubt it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't doubt it. Women are also predators.
Like someone said on a tweet that paying for OnlyFans is like supporting small businesses. Like, yes, like porn is free, but you can support an actual person who makes good porn, good content for you to watch. Yes. A lot of these, the men ones, they be fucking bitches on there. Like,
for real?
Yeah, I mean, on Twitter, like, you've seen the Twitter.
I've seen the ones that you sent me. Yeah,
like they are straight up fucking.
And I feel so like I shouldn't be watching this, because it's on Twitter.
I know, but it's so sexy.
I know, but like I think it's because it's on Twitter that I'm just like, oh my god, this is so taboo. Like, but I can't look away because it's like
Twitter
a car crash.
is like what Tumblr could have still been, but you know, Tumblr just has a better like you can create your own page.
Has a better interface.
It's like MySpace with like MySpace and Twitter combined.
Yeah.
Pretty much. Because you put your thoughts out, you know. You can. So, but I mean, I love Twitter. I'm gonna get it back. I'm gonna work on it.
I use my Twitter now to complain to companies. Let me take this moment. This is a public service announcement.
For real. For real.
Okay? And I'm telling you, it has worked for me every single goddamn time. I delete my tweets later on because I don't want them just to see me just complaining to people.
the one I had with Cash App.
I complained to Cash App in honor in Emily's
But I
honor.
had like 40 tweets at Cash App.
Yeah, I told her to tweet at Cash App to complain to them because she wasn't getting a response. I'm telling you, I complained like to this one car sharing app because they just kept saying the same shit, and I was like, I've complained to Lyft, to Uber, Amazon. Like
Lyft and Uber is the best I complain to on Twitter.
I'm finna complain to Uber every single motherfucking time that I call a ride and they talk about 25 minutes for a wait.
Seriously, just
pay
tweet.
me $80.
Uber does not.
Like, bitch,
these companies don't want that out there, so they're like, "Hey, reach out to us. Let's talk about this. You know, so we can figure it out." Like I forgot which one it was. It might have been Lyft that did that with me. Like in DMs, just talking about the shit, and they're like, "Okay, let me ask someone." Like I've had like people reach out to me that way, and I'm like, okay, thank you, companies.
Yeah.
So like social media for like it can also be really, really good with that as well, because like even my property management company, they're fucking terrible, and I try convincing them with my landlord all the time. Don't use them anymore. I'll give you the money. But the guy who was in charge of my property was just terrible, and I hadn't heard back from him. I'm like,
you went on Facebook, right?
Yeah, I went on Facebook. I went on Twitter. I emailed their CEOs, like their corporate. I literally emailed directly to them because like it's still, they're big, but they're still small. So I went on Facebook, went to their page, left a terrible review. I was like, you sent the landlord a Christmas card to my house. I'm like, he doesn't even live here. That doesn't make sense. I'm like, I was just so annoyed because so much of what they did was so stupid. So yeah, I went on there, and then literally within the hour, I had gotten a call from them, a call and an email. And they were like, we're so sorry, blah, blah, blah. Like, we'll email it to you. Like, all of this shit.
Yep. If
all
you
my
have
shit
a
got taken
problem,
care
go
of.
to social media and complain.
Yeah, because they don't want it out there. They do not want that shit out there.
Because I'm pretty sure that Uber's going to do that shit again when I have to go to work.
I'm telling you, man, that's the fastest response.
Because I sent a screenshot to Diana. They talking about $78.
And it's crazy. It's crazy that it takes
Before that, it was $80. So you mean to tell me that I'm paying almost $100 plus I gotta wait 15 to 20 minutes for a car?
I find, okay, this is something interesting that
I'm literally
saw
like
today.
pacing back and forth in the house, and I'm like, I want to fight somebody so bad. Like, they have me fucked up.
That's insane.
No, this is something I saw today about
That's
transportation in the U.S. And you know how like Europe, Asia, like parts of Asia, they have their high-speed rail systems. But America, we don't have that. So apparently there was like all this propaganda going on after World War II that like while all these countries were developing, you know, their railway systems, we poured all of that money only into highways and roads. So that's why, because they put propaganda out saying, you know, making fun of the countries for having these, you know, public transportation systems. But I'm like, how insane is it that like, because they, like, for whatever reason, it's maybe hard for them to privatize, corporations to privatize and make that profit, that they, you know, poured all that money.
Yeah, I mean, every major city should have a rail, like a you know, a train system. But
even one just to get from city to city, though. Like, we're lucky because we have, you know, Mark. Like, for me personally, like, I lived in small town Pennsylvania, just over the Maryland line, and I would drive down to Hunt Valley in the light rail. They had the light rail goes from Hunt Valley all the way into Baltimore, and it'll like drop off through Baltimore. So I'll just get off there, walk to the train station, get on the MARC train, and come to DC.
I mean, isn't there a train that goes from?
There's Amtrak, and
that's Amtrak.
Amtrak, and then there's a MARC train.
Amtrak's ridiculously expensive though. It can be, for me, if I want to go from Baltimore to Philly, it could be like $200.
No, I mean like from.
I'm talking about public.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, there's. It's not public; it's privatized.
Yeah, it's privatized.
Yeah, and I'm talking about public transportation systems because that's how they have it in other countries.
Yeah,
we do not have an affordable public transportation.
Yeah, I mean,
system.
but I get that for other countries because a lot of countries are the size of some of our states, so I can understand like why they're able to do that.
We're capable of this. We're capable of so much.
It's because, but a lot of it is state. It's not federal. So like states have they're gonna decide what they want.
Well, the government likes to come in and take land that doesn't belong to them anyway. So what the fuck?
I mean, they're about to build a private, for them from like I sent Mexico. No, you sent Mexico to Canada, the train.
Mm-hmm.
So, like.
It's literally all about money. It's all about the Benjamins, and that's all that matters.
Yeah,
that's literally all that matters.
All that matters is that social media, there's a lot of negatives, there's a lot of positives. Mm-hmm. I think we talked about a lot of them. Mm-hmm. From just, we'll talk about social media another time at some point.
I like to troll trolls.
Sometimes I get really angry and I comment stuff like on that one representative Marjorie whatever. Mm-hmm. I was like, this is. I forgot what I said. But I was like, and then this chick commented and was like, what are you doing on a conservative's post? If you don't believe it, get out of here, blah, blah, blah.
Y'all be on liberals' posts and y'all don't believe in what the fuck they say.
Well, she's like, you communist, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, okay, first of all, I was like, you don't understand communism. As a concept, you do not understand communism to be calling me a communist. But second of all, just tell me why do you believe what you believe? She's like, my rights are, my first, like her gun rights and her free speech, she was saying, were under attack. And I was like, well, listen, just because someone's screaming fire does not mean there's an actual fire. Like, the whole reason with the gun rights thing at the time that what she was referring to was different politicians saying, and mainly the NRA saying that gun rights were under attack, when really it was happening was regulation was being, like, bills to establish or better regulate guns.
Conservatives sometimes just really piss me off.
Well, it's anyone, because I have a problem with liberals, especially liberal media. Yes. Especially liberal media. I forgot, New York Times, they published the way that the article was written. I don't know. I don't like the way the article was written because it was just like, it didn't call out, it's basically what's happening right now with Israel and Palestine. It didn't call out Israel for it.
Yeah.
And then they said, I forgot what they said it was. It was like a clash or something. It's like, I feel like it minimizes. And him. Don't even start with him either.
I don't feel bad for him, but I'm just like, why? I'm more in awe. Like, why would you tweet that? Why would you say what you just, like, I was like, where's his PR? What's happening? Because that was the dumbest thing he could have ever done for himself. Because you sound. That's literally like a white person screaming all lives matter.
I just don't understand. Like, I really don't. Like, I learned about Israel, and all of that 11th grade. And it was like, we learned about Zionism and all of that shit. And I'm like, yo, holy shit, this is how this shit fucking happened? Like, this is the shit that is happening still. And then, right the year after that, I found out we were giving, all of this aid. Like, my economics teacher, he was like, yeah, we give aid to all these other countries, blah, blah, blah. And then, it was just after that, year after year, I found out more and more. And I'm like, this country is terrible.
Yes, it is.
But anyway,
it doesn't want to rein it back in.
She's going on a rant, and that's okay.
It doesn't matter left or right.
Mm-hmm.
It brings out crazy. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. People are emboldened because they're one behind a screen, and they feel safe to say whatever the fucking crazy shit they want, and without consequences. And then if there are consequences, people are like, "Oh, my free speech, my rights are being under attack," and I'm like, "No, this is a private corporation that is creating the service for you to use. This is a part of their terms and conditions. You violated the terms and conditions, so that's why what happened. And no one reads the terms and conditions, but it's literally just common sense at this point.
That's
It's literally common motherfucking sense.
The main thing that I remember reading about, someone was saying how when this whole like massing into stores and everyone was saying you're violating my rights, like this is a public space, and everyone's like, no, not you all, I'm not going to say that, but back when the whole, desegregation was happening and integration was happening, the main thing that white people said was, if it's a private institutions get to claim whatever the hell they want for their store. That's what they wanted. And
that didn't fit their narrative anymore.
Yeah, so because they didn't want, obviously, they can say no black people allowed.
That's the other thing that's crazy to me, because that people are still denying that it's systemic. I'm like, bruh, you don't see how like shit's been used and manipulated over the years, even still today. Like with getting, like I said, like earlier, with making like, there's a rise of extremism in America.
Yeah,
like,
from both sides.
Yeah, a rise of extremism, and people are literally killing each other.
I feel like a civil war. Like something's gonna like.
I mean, something already did happen.
Yeah,
so I'm like, okay, what's at this point? I'm like, what's next? What's gonna happen next?
Well, social media is going to be there to tell us all, because Twitter go no first, then Instagram, then Facebook.
So we can find out about the fall of society in real time. We can watch the fall of society in real time.
Yeah, that's
right. So next week.
But anyways, so what I was gonna say was use social media with a grain of salt. Okay, don't be out there getting ass hurt on social media because there's somebody out there who is just, their main purpose is to make people mad. Block them. There is a block button. I love to use it. Block them.
100% agree with you.
Unfollow if you have to.
Yes.
Unfollow, block, report. I don't know, but you don't need that in your space.
Oh, one thing I want to talk about was relationship and social media, but I don't feel like talking about it right now. We talked a lot. We'll talk about it on another time.
We'll talk about it in a different time.
Doesn't matter. But thank you all for watching and listening, and we'll see you next week. Peace out.